I'm about to meet Ace Frehley at Electric Lady Studios, which is where Kiss did their first demos and did a lot of other stuff. And Ace Frehley was one of the coolest guys who ever played rock. And he wrote my favorite songs of theirs. So yeah, I'm freaking out. You know me. Hey, I'm Matt Sweeney.
Matt.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt.
And you're Ace Frehley.
That's what they tell me.
Holy shit.
I started playing guitar on my brother's folk guitar. I was the youngest of 3 kids. My brother and sister used to do Peter, Paul, Mary songs and the Byrds and stuff like that. But I was always a rocker from day one. So I learned a few chords on that, and a friend of mine had got an electric guitar, and one of those little amps with like a 6-inch speaker. Mm-hmm. Plugged it in and turned the volume up to 10 and hit an E chord. And I was in love. We put a band together. And, we were doing church dances. And, one of the first gigs I ever did, I remember very vividly. It was a synagogue in Riverdale, New York. Mm-hmm. We did a couple of Beatles songs, a couple of Stone songs. The crowds got bigger. The amps got bigger as the years progressed, and the rest is history.
If we're going to jump into Kiss for a minute, those guys had some songs together, and you came in to audition. And what was the audition like?
I auditioned for them on 23rd Street in the loft, and it was just, Paul, Peter, and Gene.
Did they throw songs at you to play?
The first song they played for me was Deuce.
And you'd never obviously heard it before.
No. They just said, we're going to play this song. It's in the key of A, tuned down a half step, of course. And I just jammed and played every riff I knew while they were playing the rhythm part. And, pretty much Gene and Paul have said, in statements that after they heard me, they knew right away that I was the guy.
With that riff, it's got that ding, 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 ding.
It's a little
what is that? What is that?
It comes with the...
Yeah, that. Wow, holy shit.
So that's what happened that day. Pretty much that was it. It wasn't really much different than what you just heard.
And what's the opening lick? Oh my God.
That's it.
There's a detail that I always loved about it. I really like the way that those first records have this kind of almost feeble guitar sound. It's not like a really loud guitar sound, so you could really hear the strings and how it's like.
Yeah, there's a pickup on that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't catch.
Yeah.
And when I play, I'm always kind of muffling the strings.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There's a little hop there.
Yeah, so you call it a hop?
I don't know what I call it. I don't know musical terms.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but everybody has their own language. Like there's a weedala. Do you call it a weedala? Like the
a what?
A weedala, like weedala, like a
weedala?
Weedala, like. Yeah.
I don't know what anything's
So
called.
you don't have any personal name for any guitar moves? Was it Gene who invented the
You know what Gene used to do? Like on some of my solos, I do those weird bends.
Yeah.
He used to call them dinosaur bends.
See, all right, now we're getting
Ace,
somewhere.
do a dinosaur bend in this part.
Can you show a dinosaur bend one more time for the camera?
Dinosaur bend. No one ever taught me how to play, so I really don't know what I'm doing. Even to this day, I still like, I'm just winging it.
How do you do Shock Me?
Shock me.
Yeah.
How's it start off?
It's... I'll see that.
See, I'm bending the E string to a G. And then you hit the open G. But when you do that, you hit the open G.
So that was a childhood dream achieved, being able to sing along with you while you're playing your
Yeah.
solo. Thank you. My friend Matt Quigley would always talk about how you have singable solos.
I've always thought that the best guitar solos are ones that you can hum. I've always tried to use themes that actually return to the theme, or play inversions and stuff. On this.
Okay, well, by inversion, what do you mean by inversion?
We'll play an octave of something. It's sometimes I'll double the solo.
It seems like it's important to you to really attack the guitar and to really sort of...
It's all in technique.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to develop my tremolo. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do it, Not everybody can play like me, because I can start off slow and then speed it up.
Like, for example, like what would be an example?
I hear the harmonics and a lot of guitar players don't muffle the strings and rest their hand. See, that's what I love about Les Paul, because you can rest your hand on the bridge.
Right.
And control the amount of ring in the sound. A lot of times I get harmonics, Where you hit the string matters.
So is your thumb...
I'm hitting the string with my pick and my finger at the same time.
And like your
So
thumb...
it's kind of muffling the string, but it's still...
What about that? Okay.
We call that chicken pick.
Yeah, I was gonna... Okay, so let's see. That's the ticket. That's the ace move, is the ticket.
Firehouse.
Yeah. so cool, man.
I'm giving away all my secrets.
Yeah, that's with your solo record, which is unbelievable. Why does it sound so good? Still, it just really
I have
leaps out.
no idea. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes when I'm writing, I just get the feeling like it's being beamed into my head. Same thing with lyrics. You know, I have no problem at all writing lyrics. Sometimes I'll write, 3 verses in a half an hour. Don't ask me how.
So it's always been
It's never been an effort for me. I'm not like one of the, Gene used to tell me that he writes 1 song a day. And I used to laugh at him. I go, why? He goes, it's discipline. I go, I sit in my closet and I write a song down. Yeah. I go, well, I might not write a song for 3 weeks and then I'll write 3 songs over a weekend when I'm inspired because that's when you write your best stuff. And, if you feel confident and you come across confident, you can get away with it.
If there's anything that you could tell a kid about playing guitar.
My advice for anybody in life is just do what you enjoy doing and don't give up and, persevere and practice. I used to sit home and practice for hours playing the same thing over and over again. If I couldn't play a part because it was too complicated, I'd slow it down and play it slow. And once I got it mastered at a slower speed, I'd slowly speed up the rhythm until I could play it the way it was supposed to be played.
So patience like patience with yourself is an important thing. Like don't
discipline.
Right.
And I'm not good at discipline. I'm very undisciplined, and even with my style, it's very unorthodox. But when you want something bad enough, you can read interviews with Paul and Gene. They call me like I'm so lazy.
Right.
And I am one of the laziest guys in the world, but when I work, I work.
Right.
I go like at 100 miles an hour, and then I won't do anything for 2 weeks. That's just the way I am.
Man, thank you so much, Ace.
Pleasure.
It's just like such a huge deal.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, my childhood self just can't believe it.
I don't know what I'm doing.